What is going on, guys? Welcome to Double Tap. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I am your properly lit host here. Yeah, I'm properly lit over here. Yeah, I'm Crash, and I got Static G, who is just like ascending to the heavens on his looking through his camera right now. It's just like I can't tell. You're just so holy. You're just so imbued with godly. Is it because Street Fighter 6 is coming out soon? Is that why? Because you're just gonna be.
I mean, there's an open beta. Finally, I can get my hands on that.
Whoa! Relax. We're not even there yet. But we're gonna get right to it. Of course, this is Double Tap. This is the podcast dedicated to everything and anything in the fighting game community. If you are a new listener, we appreciate you getting swindled into hitting play. And if you're a returning one, giving us an extra 2 quarters for another credit, we appreciate you guys for coming on back. But yeah, let's jump into it, man. This is being recorded on the 8th of May, 2023. We are T-minus, what is it, 26 days before Street Fighter 6 comes out. Yeah. Make sure to follow us at Double Tap FGC. So let's just jump into it, man. Street Fighter 6, a hell of a week. A hell of a week in general, actually, but Street Fighter 6 definitely had a hell of a week since the last episode, man. Well, let's just start off with what's going on and what's hot. Like you said, open beta announced not 2 hours ago, right? Something like that, about 2 hours ago.
For once, they didn't announce on a Tuesday.
Yeah, they didn't announce on a Tuesday. They weren't trolling us. Bison let us go and let us have our, the greatest day of our life, which was a Monday, not a Tuesday. So open beta has been announced officially on the Street Fighter Twitter. This will be starting May 19th. It's going to be going on until the 21st of May. You're going to be experience all the content from closed beta test number 2, including 8 characters, various ways to play online. So we're just getting the closed beta again. I'm trying to figure out whether or not they were going to give us more, and they're just like, closed beta number 2 is what got cracked. That's all we're going to release until the game comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's to say that, I mean, this is gonna make it, how do I say, isn't this gonna make it easier for those that had the cracked beta to be harder to find out if a person had the cracked beta or not?
Yeah, it's diluting the data pool.
Maybe it's trying to get rid of all the memes.
Well, hold up. Goth IHOP is trending. Let me just save, bookmark that. Sorry, go on.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, maybe they're trying to get rid of all the memes of like, oh yeah, this person knows too much too early, about these 8 characters. Or they're trying to find now, like, who knows too much? Who
knows too much? Yeah, exactly. If you make top 10 within like the first day, in the leaderboards, you all of a sudden your count gets banned. Capcom's playing 4D chess here, but now regardless, it's a win. Open beta, everybody can join. It's not a demo with just 2 characters that a lot of people have sat down and played. So now they get to experience a bunch of different characters, which is great. They can play online, which is also awesome. So it's a win. It's still a win. There are no balance changes here. Anything that's occurred post beta test number 2, like if reuse like stealth tweaks in the demo or any changes to Luke possibly. I haven't kept up with the tech there. If there is, I'm just gonna wait till the game releases. Those should not apply to this version. So this will be a very outdated version of the game.
Right.
But they're going with something. Like I said, Capcom, I guarantee you, they were just like, we are not changing the version that we're going to put out there for whatever their initial open beta was going to be. They're definitely doing it because they have to stress test the game. We've talked about this in the past. The demo was one aspect of it, but it wasn't doing online, so it wasn't filling that niche, that need that they required. So an open beta was pretty much guaranteed. We even saw it from Capcom Germany. What was talking about, something was coming. I believe this was the announcement for it. But hey, open beta, why not? Get a couple days, get a weekend on, playing the game, and then only to see if you really like the game, especially if you haven't played it. You only have to wait like a week and some change, like 9 days, something like that, or like 11 days, almost 2 weeks before the actual retail copy comes out. But crossplay enabled on all platforms, awesome. Steam, PlayStation, Xbox are not. They're not like, cutting it short on for any other reason on any other platform at this moment. But yeah, so
PS4.
Oh, excuse me.
Right. No PS4.
Wait a minute. You right. Actually, yeah. I forgot. We saw that. Yeah, PS4. Strangely, do you think they're gonna pull support for the PS4?
No, not now. I mean, it's still gonna be a moneymaker, I'm sure, by me. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? I mean, there's no exclusive games for PS5. We've had this discussion, I believe, before with Ja, and it's just there's no exclusives for PS5. So did I say PS4? I meant 5. Why would you? You would want to get it because that's going to be played at most events, right? But
yeah.
Is it going to be played at most events with PS5?
Right now, I know
Pro.
I know Big E has got PlayStations going on. Pros were the look for CEO, but then they made the jump to PS5s because I think I think from our previous interview with Alex, he stated like it was just it's something they were evaluating at the time, and depending on I guess how the input lag and such changes, like what would be the most optimal, they could always make the jump. So. I'm going to assume that we're going to be sticking to PS5s. I mean, hey, Sony's running around sponsoring Evo. I think they are also a sponsor to Combo. So, like, they're going to want to push the best that they can, and it'll be the PS5. So, not really too shocked there. But, yeah, open beta going to be coming out. Remember, mark your calendars, May 19th, going on to the 21st. If you didn't get in on the first one, didn't get in on the second one, you can see what you missed out on and actually get a chance to play all those other characters that are available that aren't in the demo. So we're all still going to come to this retail copy wondering who is really going to be nasty. But luckily this week we also got a good taste of that, right? So Embargo lifted last week. I believe it was, what was it? Was it like Wednesday or something like that? It was right after the show. It was Tuesday.
Right after the show, that Monday night, we saw.
Oh, that night. Yeah, that night. We were already seeing footage. We were wondering, what the hell was this? And then the next day, you wake up, you're like, what day is it? Looking at all the Street Fighter 6 footage, you thought it was already June 2nd. But it wasn't. So, a bunch of content creators, known personalities and such finally got through Embargo, and they played at Capcom headquarters or whatever, had chance to sit down with the game, got a certain amount of time of footage, and they started cranking things out, which was pretty cool. So we got to see a whole lot of footage for a lot of things that we've been scheming for, wanting, fiending, all that good stuff. And it just like kept on coming, man. Just kept on coming. Reversal GG started posting up. Say Jam, Tasty Steve. This video we're looking at here for Miss Cupcakes. Who else do we have? Rooflemonger. The usual suspects when it comes to that. Justin Max. Yeah, the usual suspects when it comes to the content creation game right now. And now there's videos of like all characters pre-match. Walk, right?
Ritual.
Like the ritual, their character select screen animations, their faces. Like you can YouTube all of that right now. Street Fighter 6 pre-match walk. I'm pretty sure this is like a video. Street Fighter 6 walkout pre-versus. Exactly. Really cool. Got to see a lot of the stuff that we were like wondering what it would look like, how some of these characters are interacting. So it was fun. It was fun to see this footage come out. I'm still not convinced. Mano is 129 pounds at 5'9". I don't believe it. Zangief being 400 pounds, right? Yeah, one shy of it. I believe that. But yeah, it was some pretty cool. The animations and such for the walkouts were awesome. Got to see some trollish stuff like Blanca. If it's two Blancas, it depends on the side you're on. Actually, one side does a different animation compared to the other side. So Kimberly on the left, on the player one side, will do a different animation from Kimberly on the right.
I'm talking about the stage background.
The stage background. I believe the stage background is dependent on the actual stage you pick.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but that was the other thing. Some little things I noticed was animation changes between the sides you pick, which is pretty cool. Yeah, because you see going to, I guess, looks like that's going to be the Caribbean of some type, or the jungle. You see the actual palm trees and all that loading up. Cammy's is so raw. She's just nothing. Just nothing. Ready?
Damaged.
All business. Ready? Looks to the right. That's it. We in there. And Chuners, I didn't notice this about Chun-Li. I don't know if this was in the beta, but I didn't play her, so I wouldn't know. I'd have to go ask. It's like when she starts, look, she does the classic pose, like the iconic pose where from the art piece from Akiman, where she has her hands down and she just looks to the right. Like you know the artwork I'm talking about. It's pretty iconic for her. I was like, I did not know that's what she did, which is pretty sick.
I'm gonna have to look it up, but I know.
Yeah, you have to know. You gotta know. All right, so yeah, we got a bunch of footage. We got a bunch of content. Here's a perfect example of Jamie doing something completely different on one side versus the other. A bunch of content, like I said. Gameplay, man, that was the name of the game there now. Like gameplay, who was putting up what, CPU, at level 8, whatever, whoever was throwing up the content to just show, what characters were doing. This particular video we're just checking up right now is JP versus Marissa. Also, even some other color differences. I never knew what Marissa's like secondary color was going to be now. She has like a silver top.
By the way, some of the first footage we did see was like from GameSpot and from IGN, gamer journalists like that.
Yeah.
However, we were like, wait a minute, they're just doing CPU versus CPU.
Yeah,
and a lot of them actually did, but they were only allowed apparently to go to CPU level 7, not level 8. I guess level 8 is a little too, let's say, revealing, so to speak.
Interesting.
Maybe they're like, we don't want to release all of our content of our CPUs.
That's weird. Like, what do you mean?
Right.
Like, it's just what's it gonna give away that people aren't already putting out there? That's strange. But
that's one of somebody's conjecture. I don't remember exactly who said that. Those videos I was watching. But yet again, it is interesting that JP looking pretty fantastic.
Yeah, dude, I saw from all the footage, there was like so much being released. I couldn't tell you which channel it was, but I saw he can set up his his stab projectile wherever his portals. Even if he's in block stun, they will come out.
Oh,
so he could set up, and even if you try to approach him post, like his setup can interrupt you. Like outside of grab, there we go. Outside of grab, he could actually interrupt like your combo, depending on the situation, your hit string, your block string you're trying to put out there. It's pretty bonkers. I didn't think they would let that kind of stuff rock, but they are. So that was a really cool piece I got to see, or I got to notice from the JP gameplay out there. He's looking really potent too. Like I have yet to dive super hardcore. I have checked out some trials, right? Like Cammy trials were out, right?
Yeah,
and she looks. What's up?
They look kind of difficult
and they look hard
too. But
yeah. They look a little difficult. Getting a good sense for the character, right? I believe it was Justin Wong. He put the Cammy.
Maximilian put them up as well. But not only did he put up the trials, but I was like, interesting. It was the first one. I'm like, interesting. He didn't just put up the trials, but he put up the demo of them, because he's like, I'm not going to do these in like 10 seconds. Maybe, I'm thinking. Apparently some people only had a half hour or something. Or
exactly. It was limited time for the game. Yeah, this some people got definitely a little bit more time than others, but it is what it is.
From what I spent all the time finding the E Honda stuff, and Lily stuff. So very good things. But like we're talking Cammy's trials.
Yeah.
They're looking kind of good.
They look good. There's definitely some Street Fighter 4-ness to it. We're not gonna do a deep dive on Cammy, but the reason we're bringing it up, or the reason I'm bringing it up, is because like all this footage is giving us a good tell as to the capabilities of these characters, right? Even at the advanced level. The reason I bring up Cammy is because like she looks strong, right? But she might be a character because of these trials and seeing what she gets, like her output and versus other characters, like the amount of resources she needs to get that same kind of damage or such, like doesn't it just looks like it's too much. So there's already a lot of pre-consensus to the character, because now that means like maybe there's a lot more execution required to get that return. We talked about it before, right? Execution versus the value return on a character. will make them difficult, but not in a sense of like you being a bad player, but it's just it makes their goal to drain the life harder to do, or rather more resource intensive to do than some other characters. Like Mano can level 5 command grab you, because the command grabs you're guaranteed to get a command grab level 5 because those things continue throughout rounds, right? Even at a 2-round minimum. Her command grab level 5 will do damn near as much as one of Cammy's like super advanced combos. Like, sure, also take it with a grain of salt. This isn't optimal as far as we could tell, right? Because this is just what the game, the trials are. But until we get our hands on it and we start seeing how things scale, combo routes, and start really growing the character tech, you know, we won't know what's gonna be optimal. But just looking at these interactions though can give you a pretty good snapshot of it. So you know, some consensus as to certain characters are showing up already. Like I said, Mano being pretty strong early on. Like grapplers are looking really powerful. Lily's looking really good right now.
Yeah.
So there's already like, you know, some pre-release concepts or consensus to some of these characters, which is expected. Like, you know, it's not really a big deal. People, you know, some characters are just going to do well due to the system. But what I usually do in these situations, which is what I tend to give people an advice for, is if you're going to pick up a game, especially a game that has legacy characters and has new characters, pick one of each. Pick a legacy character, because for one, there's already a history that you can fall back on when it comes to things like matchups, general strategies, things like that, right? A new character has an advantage because the character has technically the disadvantages. They don't have a legacy, like they don't have a history, but because they're a new character in a new game with new systems, they're tailored to it. So they most of the time can be designed. Most of the time, it's not always true. It's not like 100% true, but it's a pretty good pattern of it, where they tend to be able to use the system more effectively because they were designed around it. They're not legacy characters that are getting patched together to work in this new system, so things are tweaked, right? And sometimes that could make them stronger, sometimes that could make them worse, right? There were some characters that were solid without a V trigger, but then there were some characters that were amazing that had, you know, with V trigger, right? There's your Nikali, you know, from season 1 off the rip, was born to have V trigger on at all times. But then there were other characters that V triggers didn't really affect the match as much as, you know, maybe Nikali's would, right? It's going to be the same here when it comes to how, you know, the damage output's going to be, the drive meter, the super meter, you know, what those resources are going to come in handy with the legacy character versus the new character.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's what I've always said. The game has a way of allowing old players to, or classic players to, play the game the old way, like let's say Ken or Cammy or whatever way you want to. From what I'm seeing, there's so much depth that anyone can still play and feel like they've played an old game.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so characters are looking strong though, you know, just cause, shout outs to Fatboy in the chat. Actually, I wanted to bring up Dawson, right? Like Dawson's Fireball game's looking really strong right now. I don't know if you've seen some of the clips. Let's see. Dawson, Street Fighter 6 Fireball. Let me see if I can find the proper clip. But yeah, like a lot of this footage that came out has been pretty gnarly. It's giving us a lot of consensus to these characters, and it's great. It's just, man, it's so dangerous how some of these characters, like, we can already tell they're going to be like a problem. But that's gonna be half the fun, right? It's figuring all this out. It's gonna be a lot of, you know, breaking down the tech, breaking down what the tech that we do develop for the meta, and then seeing what works, what doesn't. But early on, it's just a free-for-all. Everyone's gonna play everything. Those initial tournaments are gonna be insane, right? Like CEO is gonna be fucking bonkers, right? We're gonna see a lot of character representation, but then we're gonna see those early characters that are going to just dominate, and they're gonna get high pick rates.
Drive impacts in real life.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's gonna get raw pretty fast. So yeah, so we have all this footage now. I still have to comb through a lot of it myself, but it's still like pretty insane to see that we have so much to look forward to. We do have, once again, that open beta that's gonna be coming down the pipeline, but you know, in the meantime, that's gonna hold us out until the game actually releases on the 2nd.
I feel like right now with the demo out, my favorite person to view right now, which isn't somebody who has had access to the game through the headquarters, would be Automatic. Right now he's just shooting tech out there from just the demo, practicing, playing with people locally on the demo, and just learning Ryu all the way through. Even setups that are like inescapable, setups for the stun in the corner.
I saw, yeah.
And just dissecting the game for what it is right now. And yeah,
I'm already gonna call it now because I think I've seen the clips you were talking about, and it has to do with like an inescapable drive impact that happened in the match, like post. This was post after getting level 3. That is like the worst. Like level 3, like cashing out with a full level 3, if it doesn't kill, is not going to be a thing. Because if you cash out your meter after, say, you use all your drive gauge on a super optimal combo, you get knocked down, you legit don't have an answer for any drive meter on like wake up. Like you don't have an answer, especially if it's done, you know, meaty enough. You don't have an answer because, you know, the only thing you could have at that point would be super. But if you just used all 3 bars, critical art or not, like you legit don't have anything to break the armor, unless, you know, there's armor breaking moves in this game, which to my knowledge, you know, I think the only one right now is Marissa. But even then, that's going to take some time. It will still lose to meaty drive impact. But yeah, it's very early on. Like I said, the Luke and Ryu mains are going to be eating just fine. You cats are going to be just fine.
Unless they just take away everything.
Yeah, unless
this character doesn't have a grab, everything is super negative.
That's the thing. Like I said, the day 1 patch, or you know, whatever changes that they're going to stealthily put in, because I'm betting Capcom is not going to let everything rock to the degree of the closed beta. Like they're just going to, because if they're already, I'm assuming they're already like, you know, holding out on giving you anything past the closed beta number 2, there's no way they're just going to let the same kind of data from closed beta number 2 be the primary patch when it comes out, because you're still going to inherently embolden the crack users, right? Like that's just how it is, and they're trying to keep it fair. All right, so with that, man, that's a lot of Street Fighter 6 talk that we had. The next talk we're gonna have is this ad break that we gotta get into. A little late, but we'll be right back, guys. We got plenty of stuff to get into. You're not gonna want to miss out on this, so don't go anywhere. All right, and we're back. Just got through just like literally like the tip of the iceberg of footage that we have out there for Street Fighter 6, that embargo being, you know, flooding the net. But we're gonna be jumping into some Mortal Kombat 12. Nothing in terms of an announcement came out. You know, we covered the only thing that came out from the, you know, 30-year MK video, the thank you video, that had our single grain of sand, and with that we were able to help confirm probably the whole roster. So if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. It's on YouTube. Double tap FGC. So actually post that, there was a Twitter space held by Ed Boon, and you know MK, the MK scene, bro.
Yeah.
Conspiracies, you know, they're gonna read in between the lines. It doesn't help that Ed Boon tends to try to write things in between the line, and he trolls just as hard. So he kind of helps create this monster even more. So there was a Twitter space that Ed Boon took, and people noticed things that were going on in the background, like music, sounds, certain things that could just be linked. Yeah, I didn't know the Twitter space happened. I actually need to go find it. But like I said, you know, the MK community is really awesome. They'll do the work, they'll put it down, and they kind of have a breakdown of the tracks that were being heard and potential connections to it, right? Purple Rain by Prince. Rain, right? Purple Ninja, Prince of Edenia controls Rain. Makes sense. Mother by Pink Floyd. Melina, Pink Ninja, Mother in her outro. Could be a stretch. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Could be Shiva, Sindel, Katana. They're all queens. Like this is none of this is confirmed, but we wouldn't put it past Boone from doing some trollish stuff like this. And it just keeps on. Every breath you take by the Police, Cabal, Striker, Police, Breathing Mask. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. This is the fun part, man. This is when it gets fun. Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, Borracho. Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. Tremor. They're saying it's kind of vague, but they're just guessing there. The End by the Beatles. Scorpion was literally ended by a Beatle. I didn't know what that meant on that one. That one I gotta double check on. But yeah, this was tweeted out. This was tweeted out by Kevin M. Colon. And yeah, man, it's I don't know what else to say, man. I could believe some of this because I know Ed Boon and his history, right? History of trolling the community. We know MK12 is happening. They're already gonna start releasing some things, or they're already gonna start giving us some marketing out there. This Ed Boon could easily just be doing that from a Twitter space. Doesn't really cost a lot of money, and look at all the the conjecture and the thoughts that's already getting put into this, right? Like thousands and thousands of tens of thousands of impressions. It's getting liked, bookmarked. We're covering it here on the podcast. We're putting the idea out there for free, right? So yeah, MK12. I mean, I don't know, man. You thinking we're gonna see an announcement sometime soon?
I think we'd have to wait for Combo Breaker. If not Combo Breaker, then Evo.
Yeah,
Evo. Then before that, CEO.
Those would be my two guesses as well.
Yeah, I mean they are right there at Chicago for Combo Breaker.
Yes, it would make sense. Long history there.
Would behoove them. I agree. Whoa.
Yeah. So besides that, nothing else really. We haven't heard anything in terms of Strive when it comes to the updates. We haven't heard anything else past the KOF. The beta I think got extended for the crossplay, but I don't know if
It was to yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was till yesterday. I was gonna say it should probably have finished by now. So it's been pretty chill, man. Like we're kind of in a calm before the storm. Storm that is Street Fighter 6, obviously.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 and the following up tournament. But yeah, I think we're in a bit of a calm until that actually drops and just blows everybody away. So with that, we're gonna jump into the randoms, or rather, we'll just hit it with a single random because we have a really good focus attack that we're gonna jump into.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know why I mixed up randoms and focus attack.
So
I'll be okay.
So he's just tired. He just needs his coffee. So for our randoms, we were just talking about Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker tweeted out just yesterday. They're close to competitor registration numbers. I believe they have on-site, to my knowledge. Perfect. Someone actually asked this. Spectator only. There we go. Never mind. So they only have spectator reg. So this is straight up competitors only. Do not expect to just show up on the whim and be able to join. But yeah, let's take a peek at the numbers, man. I mean, Strive.
Yeah.
Strong Strive. That is not GGST as in Strive. That is Guilty Gear Strong. 1,061 competitors. That is a fat ass bracket.
Man, I don't get it. Nobody's playing it right now.
Oh, no one plays it, man. Shitty servers. Who's playing this garbage ass game? The only way to emphasize how fat of a stack that is, T7, Tekken 7 being the second place game, the closest one to it, 690.
Yeah, wow.
Oof, man, if that would have made that 1300 range, that would be like double. Just freaking bonkers. But hey, long live Strive. Let's go. Mystery tournament, which tend to be pretty fun at Combo Breaker. I have seen clips, streams, all that. Some good times.
3 and 2, yeah.
479. Then we've got Smash Brothers Ultimate at 425.
I'm not gonna doubt that the Street Fighter 6 demo will be part of the mystery game tournament. It might even be grand finals.
Maybe it could be. That would actually be sick.
Awesome.
That would be sick.
Yeah. All right. I'm going.
Street Fighter 5 actually, 349. Relatively low, but this will be the last Street Fighter 5 tournament. Like this is it. People are gonna be going on 6. CEO starts the month after. The game will drop. Like a couple days after this event. Don't see a lot of people that want to, finish that off. Yeah, it's like literally the following week. So Street Fighter 5, I mean, still strong, right? 5th place there in terms of entrances. Coat 15 really close though at 323. Exerd looking hella strong.
Wow.
Yeah. 321, baby. Yeah. Melee at 252. Melty Blood type Lumina at 228. Yeah, Melee's still strong.
Smash Brothers U. Okay, I just saw Smash Brothers U at 425. Okay.
Yeah, 425.
All right.
Third Strike at 223 is also really good. It's awesome to see Third Strike folks come out. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus 217. Blaze Blue Central Fiction 196. Marvel.
Hey.
A fat 192, man.
Fat 192.
That's a fat ass 192. Rivaling Dragon Ball Fighters. Tied there for 192. Uniclear 171.
I wonder if there was no announcement at Evo, would it have been the same?
It definitely would not have. Sorry, it would not.
Right.
Evo definitely boosts that. Skullgirls 149. DNF Duel 141. Hey, still holding strong. Sam Show 129. KI 126.
Well.
That's what's up. That's what's up. VSAV 119. MK11 honestly is the one that surprised me the most. 86. 86. I was expecting more, but I think the train has left the station for 11. There's gonna be a lot more a lot more eggs getting thrown on the basket of MK12.
Wow.
Not too surprising. I mean,
so is this? Yeah.
Not to say the game is bad. It's just like, people just weren't vibing with some of these systems as much. So it just didn't let the game live as long.
It's very weird.
ST84, TFH.
I'm fighting herds.
Oh, thank you. I was like, why am I missing this? 81 on that. BB tag 69. Nice. Virtual Fighter 5 at 65. Multiverses strong at 42. PR.
Nope, that is Primal Rage, actually.
Is that Primal Rage? No way.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list right now.
Oh, okay, cool. 36. RR 34.
That is Rushdown Revolt.
Okay, shout out to those guys. And then BH, I believe that's Brawlhalla, right?
Yeah, look at you.
Brawlhalla at 19. I know my shit. I just didn't know the abbreviations, bro. I had everything else. You just didn't hit me on those two, all right? Sorry. But okay. Those are the numbers for Combo Breaker 2023 as of this moment. That's May 8th, or reported at May 7th. So
if there are still community events, I'm sure they'll have a stream as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Altogether, the community tournaments, Combo Breaker. Yeah, I'm just looking through schedule. May 26th through May 28th. Streams feature a minimum of top 4 per game. So that's something like Neo Turf Masters, Mystery Game 2v2, Melty Blood, all of the old stuff, even Marvel 2, Thousand Overgrow versus Capcom. You name it, it's probably there.
For days.
Yeah.
So yeah. Even Infinite.
Yeah.
So Combo Breaker is looking to be really strong this year. Like I said, it's going to be the last one for Street Fighter 5. It's going to be the last hurrah. So if you want to jump in, now is the time. So with that, we are going to be closing out the randoms. We do have an awesome focus attack we're going to be jumping into real quick. So stand by on that, guys. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, make sure to follow us at DoubleTapFGC on all social media platforms, as well as on YouTube. We do go live every Monday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time here, and we do be posting up clips, highlighted segments of the show. If you want to listen to the show on podcast platform of your choice, your favorite one, there you can do that. But you can also listen to us on YouTube. It is all listed there, full episodes with visuals, with the VODs of the actual live stream here. So you want to follow along with the articles or just listen in on the YouTube app itself. You can do that. It's all categorized under podcast. So feel free to do it that way too. Appreciate everybody that has been doing that. All right, so let's jump into it. The focus attack this week. It's been a while since we had one. This one came across my desk, and it was pretty damn interesting off the rip. So it kind of is pretty relevant to just the current state of fighting games and like what we're about to get into, right? New Street Fighter 6. We're gonna be getting a new Mortal Kombat, Tekken 8. Riot's game is on the horizon. Like a new era of fighting games. The next generation of fighting games is about to really start. Not to say Strive was the next generation. It definitely has helped pioneer a lot. But some of in terms of IPs, like mainstream IPs, Strive or rather Guilty Gear is was always been niche. This is the most mainstream it's ever been, or at least for some time. I don't want to say the older Guilty Gears weren't mainstream, but you know, that was a different time as well for the fighting game community. So there was a posting on Our Fighters, the subreddit, by Dots and More Dots, stating the following, asking the following. It's just a clip of it on Twitter. But simple question. I've been getting back into fighting games recently and I've been having a great time. I'm awful, but have a good time. Super excited for Street Fighter 6. Been playing Strive and older SF games and getting it back together. Well, I got served up a post from the algorithms about a local get-together tourney and casual play 40 minutes away from me. I'm tempted, but I'm kind of old man territory. One kid moved out, my other one about to graduate, married forever. I'm worried I'll be the weird old guy that showed up.
I didn't read that part.
I think I'm being a bit silly, but I don't want to muscle in on younger people's hangout spaces. What do you guys think? Have you ever had the weird old guy show up you wished would leave? That's really interesting. Short answer no, long answer no. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Off the rip, actually, that last question, have you ever had the weird old guy show up that you wish would leave? I've seen a lot of old people.
I used to
come through, but like I don't think I ever met one where I was like, yo, you need to leave. I was like, it's never, that kind of atmosphere for some reason just never existed for me.
Well, I used to have that sort of sentiment where it was just like, okay, you guys are just good at gambling. Like, are you gonna actually play the game, be a part of the community, or contribute and be a leader, or are you just gonna like teaching us, or are you just gonna show up and take our money?
Yeah, those are different. That's definitely right. When we're talking old heads, there's definitely a different flavor of them. You actually make a good point with that one. There are some that just come in because hey, maybe their years of experience can maybe squeeze out a couple dollars, or are they, like you said, are they trying to come in to still be involved in the community, teach, pass on the techniques, the secrets, and help the new blood grow.
Right, but then some people have an issue with not being first, so they don't want to teach the new blood grow. Therefore, like for instance, me and Hasu at the lab have been going back and forth in Marvel 3. The one of the times I started going back to the lab, he goes, "Hey, you're Static from Tampa Never Sleep, or you play on Tampa Never Sleep." So I'm like, "Yeah, it's me. I play on Marvel sometimes." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, we get to play sometime." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'm always down to play some Marvel." And you know, over the past couple months, we've just been playing, grinding a lot. And at the start, it was hard for him because he doesn't know the matchups or doesn't know my characters, whatever. Super Scroll's a menace, you know, block wrong, die. And now he's consistently beating me. Not consistently like 3-0, but it's 3-2s or 3-1s, or
he's putting some on the board. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like, you know, I'm showing up not to gatekeep. I'm just showing up to show up now at this point. Like Guilty Gear, they all got me. You know, I don't have time to learn that game. Like Guilty Gear, they've all got me.
No, you're just lazy. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah,
you're lazy.
That's it. And you got them. So like,
so yeah, that's a good point. Like, so it's funny. I mean, I think we can tread on the idea of being, it's scary to say, being the old heads now. Like, do you think we're the old heads? You think we're getting up there?
I don't know, because a lot of the community and my community friends are my age, or have continued and stayed that are my age. Like I think of Boog, I think of Decent, I think of Foo. Foo's not as much, but like some do adult and move on, but some do adult and stay, or some find some other type of way to make money in it. For instance, DCB Curtis, he's made a living off of the perler beads, and there you go. I mean, he used to play Skullgirls competitively. I remember one time he beat like Chris G, and Chris is like, "Is that an overhead?" He goes, "No." So like, you know, you know, stories like that, and people are still either in the community or involved. Some people do find their grind in other things, but some people are just so professional at it that they keep going at it, whether they're sponsored or not. But in this case, he's just coming back into it to answer his question. And I think, was there another person that asked the question? Was it the person who reposted it?
They
Who
did talk
reposted
about it.
He just said, "What are your thoughts on this?" Okay, I see.
Yeah, he just said, "What are your thoughts?" So
what do you guys think?
So the reason I brought it up is because I was wondering, if we fall into that. So I'll put a little bit, to kind of help. All right, listen, I don't got kids.
Toss it.
I don't got kids, right? I'm not at that level of age where I have an 18-year-old that is moving out or has moved out and I have one that's graduating. I'm not there. I am married. I've been married for almost a decade. Been together longer than that, but marriage a decade. And I went to the lab, my first local in quite some time, right? And I'm pretty sure I was the oldest person there. Pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure I was the oldest person there. Did I sauce a lot of people? Yes, I did. But that's because I was actually playing. There's a difference, right? I'm not there. I wasn't there to just be like, I'm gonna fuck you guys up, because it's weird. Like when you're at that stage, like for me, right? You're older. I'm older. In terms of esports, I'm ancient, right? In traditional esports, we're ancient. But fighting games tends to have the gods of the game, or those that are the threats. Some of them are the oldest players you'll see out there, right? Daigo's in his 40s, right? Daigo's in his 40s. Mago's in his 40s. Fudo, fucking, we have new blood coming in, of course. Punk, your fucking your knuckle dudes. You got even more newer blood coming through, phenoms and such, right? That are coming
knuckle dudes almost 30, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you got Alex Valle or something
that are well, you said they are adulting. They are but they're still dangerous, right?
Well seasoned.
Yeah, there we go. We got a lot of that adobo on. But to put in perspective, I didn't think about it once when I went, because you'd be like, yo, I'm going to lab. Oh yeah, I'll come along. And I was probably the oldest person there. I didn't think about that. I was just I'm here to play. I'm here to play. Yeah, I signed up. Okay, cool. Yeah, where's my station? Oh yeah, let's go. Hey, what's going on, dude? All right, cool, let's play. And that's it. It was never a thought process of I'm trying to take money. I'm just trying to play, because that's just doesn't matter the age, to be honest. That is never really a factor. First of all, there have already been people that have been on stream that are, definitely in their grays. I don't even remember that one year as CEO, it was those parents that were trying to start up an event, and they were definitely in their fucking late 50s or something. They were on stream. I think what is it, the wife was playing Marvel, and they were the first thing I thought of was no fucking mercy in this dojo. Fuck her up. She gonna need life alert after this. Who cares? But that's the fun part of it, right? It's about competition, but it's all love at the end of the day, right? It's all about healthy competition. So I feel it's never been a thing. But are there differences in communities? Actually, those one that says Omega Tom Hanks FL, stating different communities will have different age ranges, right? Strive community is a little bit on the younger side. I can see that. Street Fighter though, is saying, dude, just wait a month, because a lot of the best Street Fighter players, at least locally, are in their 30s or even 40s and will start coming out again, right? Facts. It really does have to do with the community as well.
Mega Tom Hanks runs the Street Fighter 4 sort of community events.
Okay,
he's still running Street Fighter 4. And,
I thought it sounded familiar.
Yeah, he won. I believe he won at NEC, and he runs it wow. He runs it at every tournament, every sort of major tournament. He's a community runner.
Yeah,
and I lost him in Street Fighter 5. That's all.
And the thing is, and the thing about it is, a lot of these, you want those kind of older players too, because we were talking about legacy characters, right? And that's built up over years. That's built up over years of understanding a character and how these characters traditionally work against each other, how matchups work, and certain things get passed on from these players. You want that knowledge. That's secret forbidden text knowledge, right? But that's only in here, and you gotta meet these people out there. Sometimes you'll see it online, you'll find it, but maybe there's certain things that you just won't, that are little tricks of the trade, right? And guess what? You want older people there, because you gotta give the young blood something to drive for to beat. Right? Like each other is fine. They can compete against each other. But to find someone that's like the chances are to find someone that's really going to give them a challenge, an older player is like a good source of that.
The worst was when I go to the lab and they had Guilty Gear Accent Core running, and they're like, Static Gorilla, go play Guilty Gear on this setup. And somebody goes, Guilty Gear? You play Guilty Gear? You play Guilty Gear Accent Core? I'm like, oh, it's like my favorite game of all time. Yes, of course. Of course I do. But like, I don't think like answers such as, wow, what did one person say? I'm not gonna say who, but he just says, no, fighting games are for everyone. And it's like, how about we have an actual conversation? Like, people that are giving in good insight and conversation are actually adding to good content about it, like not content, excuse me, about good just like discussion towards it, like saying, hey, no, I'm hitting this age. I first wanted to, just like you, I wanted to grow up with my kids first and then come back, or do this first and then come back. Like, I never liked this game and then come back. I just don't think it's very, what's that word? Not conventional. It's more of a constructive to just be like, yeah, it's community. We know it's community. That's why we're all part of the FGC. We know that. Like, you can be sarcastic, but I mean, oh, there's a picture of the lady from CEO. There it is.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, for me, it's just based on, what are you looking to get out of it as well? Like, if you're going there, like, and you also have to remember, the FGC is not Twitter. The FGC is not Shoryuken forums.
Very true. Very true.
It's not Facebook group chats. It's not Twitch chat. It's not all of that. Like, you go there.
Yeah.
I don't think this. I remember one of my first, experiences was, oh, I'm scared because I'm 16 and I don't want to go to an event where there's drinks. And I remember a Shoryuken forum was talking about elevators and like an elevator party going on and at the Sheridan. And I was just like, I was intimidated. I was 16 and I was like, I don't want to be around that or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then, I got a car. I was like, all right. I went to my first major, I think was ECT2. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to this tournament. I brought my brother with me. We got the hotel room and we just, I played. I met people that I still know today. I got my butt handed to me by Gutex in round 2. But I met Ken in Black there, and he was like 13 years old and talking about Third Strike forever. I first remember seeing maybe Justin. Oh, Big E. Big E was the first guy I met there. I'm like, you're big. You're probably E. Hey, man, I've been the one that's emailing you about your events and trying to go to the events. Oh, man, what's going on? So, like, for all that time, like, there are these, these connections that you make. And who knows, even if he's coming back into the scene, he might even find somebody he's remembered from way back, or even hit up somebody that he was working with or training with back in the day and can go and play with them at this event.
There's nothing that stops you, for sure.
Yeah, I can go on about this for days.
But yeah, it's not so much. There's no restrictions there, but I definitely am on the same page you stating like, hey, what are you planning on getting out of it? Like, I go to compete. That's it. I go to compete. If someone asks me questions, I answer. I try to help. I'll level up anybody that wants to level up. No problem. And that doesn't matter on age either. If you're trying to go there to win, like, that also technically there's no age, no age restriction or anything like that there. But then, like you said, there's a difference between trying to win and be a part of the community, or you're like just gambling. You're like, fuck it, I got years, I've done this a million times. I don't get stage fright about you have advantages doing that. Like, that's you. That's fine too. There's a difference though. But is there like being the weird old guy? I don't know what that is, to be honest.
Right. You can only be weird if you. Like in Chris G says, if you're a weirdo, just don't be a weirdo,
Yeah, just don't be a weirdo. Just play the game.
Don't be a weirdo.
Yeah.
He even says that in his chat. Just don't be a weirdo, and I'll be there. I'm like, I don't ban anybody. That's like, because it's like, if Chris G says, oh, they're being a weirdo. All right, Okay, I got you. No problem, bud. So it's just like, if you're being, just don't be a weird.
There you go. There you go. Lives
Just can't explain it, right?
lives to words to live by. If you're gonna take anything away from this conversation, is just don't be a weirdo. Don't be a weirdo.
Yeah, I keep reading back at it, and I'm just like, I see nothing wrong. I think it's a different time than back in the day, because back in the day, I'd be like, don't bring your family.
Yeah.
Don't bring your family.
Yeah,
Because we were in such big
raw.
crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in such big crowds where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like anybody sort of get kidnapped or something. Like maybe I was worse off like 10 years ago. I don't know. But now I'm just sort of like, nah, bring everybody. Bring the
Fuck it, bring whoever. It's all
Jerry,
it's all inclusive.
by the way,
it's all for people to have fun.
KPP Jerry is my inspiration. He was always bringing his family. Dude, he brought his dad, his brother, I think his best friend, his grandma would show up to the tournament.
Oh my God, that's
all
awesome.
supporting him. And like he would show up all the time. He beat somebody in Marvel. He never got like his he really started showing in Dragon Ball Fighters with his cooler play, him and his friend. And then they were like, dude, we've seen him go from this tall to like super taller than me. And like his other friend was like super buff. Like one went that way and the other one went that way. And it's just like, shout outs to Jerry. Like, I mean, the dude is awesome. I haven't seen him in a while, but I hope to see him at more events this year.
He's probably got kids and stuff. It's crazy.
No, I don't think who knows? I mean, whatever.
No,
but,
you don't know.
But no, shout outs to him, like having support like that. Even CJ, if you have a support team and your friends, like it's no better way for going with people that know you as well.
For sure.
Then you can build community from there. It's all about the actual community stuff. Like, anyway.
Yeah,
I digress.
Big C word. But regardless, let us know what you guys think. Do you think there is a line when it comes to being the old weird guy when it comes to locals? I mean, majors are another thing. Majors is everybody. Who cares? It's a major, baby. But locals, like, is there such thing? I don't think so. But maybe you guys have had some other experiences. Make sure to let us know about it. Of course, we'll let you guys know. Our socials to hit us up on. But that'll be it for us here on That Folks Attack, and it'll be it for us in this episode of Double Tap. Want to say appreciate all you guys hanging out with us for this week. Of course, got some big things coming up. Can't wait. Of course, that beta and all. Hopefully some MK12 announcements sometime soon, and also maybe some Strive announcements sometime soon. Remember, the clock is ticking on that too. We should be getting something this month. But in the meantime, though, once again, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out for another episode of Double Tap. You guys can follow us at Double Tap FGC on all social media platforms. Make sure to follow us on YouTube at Double Tap FGC as well. We cut up and get some highlights on this section here, like our Folks Attack. Of course, we're going to be posting that up there. Let us know in the comments, of course, below there on your thoughts, your experiences. We love to hear from you guys. We'll definitely be shouting that out and bringing it up to the show. You guys can follow me at CrashTagVS. You can follow Static Gorilla at Static Gorilla on all social media platforms, streaming on Twitch. He's always live on TNS. He's always at the lab on Thursdays. I will be shooting to being at the lab this Thursday. Shout out to the Vermilion series on Twitch for streaming that out. I'm putting out those matches ASAP Rock. You guys do awesome work. Be sure to go follow those fools.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay, I don't know if you had anything else. All right, cool. Well, let me just continue through my list here. I'm doing such a good job.
I guess I'm gonna be streaming more or less Pokemon. Gotta qualify. I don't know what else I'm streaming. What's coming soon?
Bro, this is your stream schedule. What do you want me to tell you? Yeah, go check him out. He'll be live on Fridays.
You caught me off guard.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I try to do. But guys, appreciate y'all following us. Also, make sure to mash those buttons at the Mash Network on Twitter whenever we get a new episode live here, whether it's on for Double Tap, whether you're for Final Fantasy with Wondrous Tales, Las Plagas Outbreak for Resident Evil 4. That's actually one that me and Static Gorilla are working on. Wow, all kinds of other really good stuff. Apex, shout out to Apex guys. We're dropping spicy. But yeah, make sure to go follow at the Mash Network. And of course, you guys can help us a whole lot out with some feedback. We appreciate everyone that does it, whether it's on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, anywhere that you have a comment, a review, something to put in, get us some feedback. We love it. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know how we're doing about the show, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Would you recommend it? Friends, cousins, your 40-plus-year-old weird uncle that might be a weird guy coming to locals. Who knows? Let us know, though, regardless. Write that up for us. We appreciate everybody that's also sharing the show, liking, retweeting when we actually make the episode go live. It's live every Tuesday, of course, and then we'll be feeding some content throughout the week. We appreciate all you guys out there. But that is going to be it for us this week. Make sure to stay tuned for all our other shows here on the Mash Those Buttons Network. We'll be live next week, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Monday here on twitch.tv/Smash Those Buttons. All love from here. Don't respect Pluff's frames, all that good stuff. I'm going to come up with one for Drive Meter by the time Street Fighter 6 comes out. See y'all next week. Later.